Well, students, we are going to continue our talk about grammar. Open your books at page 67, exercise 6. Some, any, no, every, and compounds. You are to remember that someone, anyone, everyone, no one are used to talk about people. For example, is anyone going to volunteer for the park cleanup? Something, anything, everything, nothing, to talk about things. There is nothing more relaxing than exploring nature. Somewhere, anywhere, everywhere, nowhere, to talk about places. Endangered animals need somewhere safe to live. We use some, any, no before countable and uncountable nouns. Some and its compounds are used in affirmative sentences, any in negative and interrogative sentences, and no in sentences to make them negative. Every is used with singular countable nouns. Now we are to choose the correct item in exercise 6. Let's check. There's nowhere as quiet as here. There are flowers everywhere. There is something you must see. Is there any hope for the future of our planet? Everyone in the volunteer group had their own job to do. Is there anything I should bring to the clean-up day? In exercise 7, we are to choose the correct determiner. Let's check. Neither of the nature reserves is shown on this map. Both of these species can be found only in Australia. All the flowers in this park are grown without using chemicals. Half of the forest was destroyed by the fire. Every single animal was rescued successfully. None of the zoo's animals are kept in cages. In exercise 8, you are to try to complete the missing information. Let's listen and check.
The Great Sphinx. And now for something that may be of interest for those of you who are interested in history and archaeology. There will be a lecture this evening all about the Great Sphinx in Egypt. For those of you who don't know, the Great Sphinx is a huge ancient statue of a creature with the body of a lion and the head of a human, and it is located next to the pyramids in Giza near Cairo in Egypt. It is made of limestone and was built by the ancient Egyptians about 4,500 years ago in around 2500 BC. The exact reason that this amazing monument was built is still a mystery, but many believe that it was built to protect Giza, almost like an ancient security guard. It's one of the oldest and most amazing monuments in the world, so it's not surprising that around 2 million tourists visit it each year. If you're interested in finding out more, go to the Grand Theatre in King Street this evening at 7 p.m. Entrance is free.
In exercise 9, you are to imagine you are a tour guide. You are to use the notes below to write a text about the Great Sphinx. Use passive verb forms.
The Great Sphinx is located near Cairo, Egypt. It is made of limestone. It was built by the ancient Egyptians around 2500 BC. It may have been built to protect Giza. It is visited by 2 million tourists every year.
Before doing the last exercise, we are to remember the rules about comparative structures. We use the comparative to compare two people, animals, or things. We can use than with the comparative.
John is thinner than his brother Michael.
One-syllable and two-syllable adjectives form the comparative by adding er and the superlative by adding est. For example, tall, taller, the tallest.
Great! You got a higher mark than last year.
One-syllable adjectives ending in vowel plus consonant double the consonant. For example, hot, hotter, the hottest.
This is the biggest fish we have ever caught.
For two-syllable adjectives ending in consonant with y, we drop the y and add the ier and iest.
Mary feels she is the loneliest girl in the world.
For one-syllable adjectives ending in e, we drop the e and add er and est. Safe, safer, the safest.
I think my cat is the cutest cat in the world.
Adjectives of more than two syllables form the comparative with the more and the superlative with the most. For example, beautiful, more beautiful, the most beautiful.
This is the most popular ride of the amusement park.
Some two-syllable adjectives such as friendly, clever, narrow, common, etc. form the comparative superlatives either er, est or more, the most. For example, we may say friendly, more friendly, friendlier, or the most friendly, the friendliest.
He is cleverer than me. He is more clever than me.
And we are also to remember irregular comparatives and superlatives. Good, better, the best, bad, worse, the worst, many, much, more, the most, little, less, the least, far, farther, the farthest, or further, the furthest, when we are speaking about time.
This is the best dress in the shop.
Adverbs having the same form as their adjectives add er, est. Late, later, the latest. Hard, harder, the hardest. Straight, straighter, the straightest.
She is tired because she went to bed later than usual.
Two-syllable adverb and those formed by suffix ly to their adjectives take more, most. For example, often, more often, the most often. Slowly, more slowly, the most slowly.
The boy wearing the grey t-shirt is running more slowly than the other boy.
If we use the structure as plus adjective plus as, we do not change the adjective itself.
Jane is as tall as her friend Mary. They have the same height.
And now you are to put the adjectives in brackets into the correct form to make comparisons, adding extra words where necessary.